Hello, I'm Thomas, and today I will be reviewing the Model O wireless that I bought with my own funds. We'll be going over the tech inside the mouse, the build quality, performance, and problems. The main draw of this mouse is that it is a lightweight gaming mouse that comes in at half the price of the Razer Viper Ultimate and Logitech G Pro wireless, while sporting similar specs. But does it hold up? Let's find out. Starting off with their next gen BAMF sensor, which actually translates to, we finally got our crap together and upgraded our sensor to current gen specs. They worked in collaboration with Pixart to develop this. It most likely is a variant of the Pixart PMW 3389, as the specs are very similar, and that's what all the cool kids are doing these days. By the way, cool was spelled with a K there. I know, we're getting crazy up in here. It boasts 19,000 DPI, 400 IPS tracking, and 50G acceleration, with the industry standard of 1000 Hz polling rate. Liftoff distance is adjustable in their software and is between 0.7mm and 1.7mm. In comparison to other sensors, it is near the top, outclassing the PMW 3360, which all their previous mice come with, while competing closely with the Pixart PMW 3389, Rocat Owl sensor, and Logitech Hero sensor, only being beaten by Razer's 5G Optical Plus and Focus Plus sensor. It comes with 2.4 GHz wireless that connects via a dongle. They report it has the lowest latency of any mouse in its class. While it is excellent, it still doesn't quite beat the G Pro wireless or the Razer Viper Ultimate. So if those are considered S-class mice, I suppose this is an A-class mouse, as it beats other mice in the same price range, such as the Corsair Darkcore RGB Pro, Rocket Cane, and the HyperX Pulsefire Dart. Glorious also claims that they have the longest battery life in its class, with 71 hours with RGB lighting off. This is misleading and depends on which class you think this mouse belongs under. I found that the battery is closer to 40 to 50 hours, which is good but not great. Other reviewers have found the same, so if it's an S-class mouse, this is false, as the G Pro wireless and Razer Viper Ultimate lasts longer, but if it's an A-class mouse, it is confirmed, as even with the reduced hours, it is still outclassing the competition. It comes in at 69 grams, which is only 1 to 2 grams heavier than the original wired Model O, which is incredible in itself, as it has the same exact shape as the original Model O and has an added wireless module added to it. This also makes it the second lightest wireless mouse on the market, only being beaten by the new Logitech G Pro X Superlight, so well done there, glorious. Hat tip to you. Moving on to the build quality, charging is convenient and nice. It comes with a 2-meter USB-C to USB 2.0 Ascend cord. The 2.0 end goes into your PC, and the USB-C end goes into either the USB extender dongle when wireless or directly into the mouse during charging or wired play. I personally love their Ascend cord, as you can barely feel it is there, so even if you're stuck using it while wired, you'll have a good time. They absolutely killed it. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to give it a like. If you're not liking it, give it a dislike. And I'm trying to hit 5,000 subs by the end of the year, and the only way I can do that is by your help, by hitting that subscribe button. So help make my year, and just do it already. It comes with six programmable buttons, which include the use of 2 side buttons, a middle click, a DPI click, and 2 primary clicks. The primary clicks have Omron mechanical switches that are rated for 20 million clicks. The overall feel of the click is crisp with light pressure. Going a bit more in depth, it requires a light amount of actuation force. Pre-travel is moderate, post-travel is also moderate, and last spring back force is coming in at moderate as well, which leaves a very crisp click. Left and right click are similar. Side buttons are a bit small for my taste and not in the ideal placement for my hand, but usage will vary there. As mentioned before, the Model O wireless comes with the same exact shape and size as the wired Model O, so if you like that shape, you'll also like this one. If you haven't tried the Model O, it is a medium to large mouse that works for all grip styles with a semi-honeycomb ambidextrous design. Unfortunately for you heathens out there, left-hand users, the right side buttons are MIA, so you'll have to go without. Overall comfort for me is good, but not ideal, as I prefer smaller mice such as the Model O-, which I'm hoping they will also make a wireless version for, because I'd be be all over that like white on rice. My hand size, for the record, is 19 by 10 centimeters for those of you who are curious. Build quality is solid and it feels like a premium mouse, but not as premium as the G Pro Wireless or Razer Viper Ultimate. I've heard other reviewers mention that the build quality appears to be improved on this over the wired variant of it. The paint looks and feels high quality, but it can be a bit slick. The 100% PTFE G-Skates are 0.81 millimeters thick and glide wonderfully on my glorious XXXL mousepad, which just so happens to also work at strip clubs on the side. It is a top player by being quite the hustler, but sometimes it comes home with some stains. Last, it has RGB lighting that can be adjusted in their new Glorious Core unified software. The software also allows you to change other things, such as what the buttons do, the liftoff distance, pulling rate, DPI, and other things. You can save multiple profiles for both wired and wireless mode, which is pretty neat, as if you want the lighting off when wireless and you want it full blast when plugged in, you can do that without having to go into the software and change it each time. I find the lighting to be good, but not great. The overall animations aren't bad, but I find if I switch to anything other than rainbow, that I absolutely hate it. If you are one of those individuals who change your DPI on a regular basis, of which I'm not actually sure you people actually exist, so if you do, let me know in the comment section below, there is a DPI button behind the scroll wheel that allows you to switch DPI on the fly. Stock settings are set to 400, which is yellow, 800, which is blue, 1600, which is red, and 3200, which is green. The DPI and colors are adjustable in their software. Most will say I'm crazy, and perhaps I am, who knows, as this could be placebo except for the fact that the results are constant and reproducible, but I perform better with it than the 3360 sensor that comes with all their other mice. It feels more accurate by feeling tighter and less loose, which makes it easier to line up my shots and requires less compensation on my part. This is by a small, but to me, noticeable margin. It reminds me a lot of the Hero sensor, which I still give an ever so slight edge to, but both are still taken over by the Focus Plus sensor, which is just beautiful, I tell you, beautiful. Here's my opinion. If you are currently using a 3389 sensor or above, you shouldn't worry about it and keep trucking on. However, if you're using a 3360 sensor or under, you may see a benefit upgrading to a better sensor. I'm going to catch flack for this, as most people will say that you cannot tell a difference between the 3360 and up, as they are all flawless sensors. Obviously, I disagree with that, or I wouldn't be doing this spiel right now, mainly because I do feel a difference. If you're an average aimer or below, you probably won't see a difference. If you are an above average aimer, you may, and if you are a top tier aimer, you definitely will. With that said, I don't think you should prioritize the sensor over other aspects such as shape, size, weight, or other personal preferences. Moving on to the problems, there weren't a lot that I could read, as there were only 40 reviews that I could read at the time, but those reviews included issues with the scroll wheel squeaking, the sensor flipping out with quick movements, even though this was just a single user, mouse 5 button being significantly harder to click than mouse 4, software issues which now seem to be resolved, and last, the battery life being poor, rated for 71 hours with lighting off, but users reported 13, 24, 30, 36, and 40 hours with lights off, which is dramatically below what they rate it for. I did find this as well. The side clicks, however, I didn't notice any issues with, and in general, I didn't notice any issues with my mouse other than the battery issues. So moving on to the conclusion, this is a fantastic mouse at a fantastic price. I'd rank it right up there with the third best mouse I've ever tried, with the Razer Viper Ultimate and Logitech G Pro Wireless / Superlight still coming out ahead, as I think they perform slightly better and are slightly higher quality. But $50 to $70 worth? I'll let you decide after watching my comparison video putting all three of them against each other. The only negative I have is that the battery life is not as advertised and could be longer. Otherwise, it comes down to personal preference. In my opinion, I find this mouse to be a bit too large and want a tighter scroll wheel. Side buttons are not located in the ideal position for my hand placement and are a bit small. Clicks feel good but are better on other mice, as I think Glorious mice have a bit too much travel. Objectively, I think it comes with a great competitive shape. All the clicks feel good and are crisp, which includes the side buttons. The scroll wheel is the best I've tried from a Glorious mouse. I have no complaints about their PTFE feet. The Ascend cord with the USB-C charging is absolutely brilliant when you need to play wired. Software works well with plenty of customization that you can save directly onto the mouse, so you don't need to have that pesky software open. When it comes to the price to performance, it is nearly unmatched. So yes, I do recommend this mouse for those who find it checks the right boxes for them. If you like this review, leave a like. If you dislike this review, leave a dislike. If you've been following my content for a while, hit that subscribe button, as I'd love to hit 5,000 subs by the end of 2020 and hit 15,000 by the end of 2021, or hopefully a lot more than that. I will see you and your beautiful face on the next one. God bless and peace out. It comes with six programmable it comes with 6 programmable buttons, which includes the use of 2 side buttons, a middle click, DPI button, and 2 side clicks, and 2 primary clicks. What am I talking about? Where am I? Is this real life?